Hey everybody, and on today's vlog, we are going to be discussing Stampede by Wizkids. Let's collect some stamps.
Hi, Nick.
Hey, Sarah.
What's going on?
Not much. So, we're going to talk about Stampede from Wizkids Games. And it is a 2 to 6 player. It takes about 20 minutes to play, 10 and up. And it is interesting. What you're trying to do is you're trying to collect 9 different stamps of animals, or
5 of the same.
5 of the same, and you're doing that by you start with some cards in your hand, and then you get to draw, play a card, and then play those cards' abilities.
You have to do that every turn.
Cards'
you have to draw a card, you have to play a card, and then you have to do whatever that card's ability is.
Yeah, and it was interesting. It's
Nick.
It's. Sarah did not like it as much as I thought. It was an interesting game for people that like to play a lot of card games, like decks of cards, games that don't take too long, games that you can play with your kids. I think 10 is a little high. I think they could, some kids at lower ages could
absolutely
definitely get a handle on this game,
especially if you play other games with them.
And if you play with people that are the elderly, I think that play a lot of card games. I think they can catch this on. It's not a lot of rules to go through. You just have a lot of iconography that might not make sense, but there is some player aids to help you out. And then this doesn't really tell you much, but this is more of like what you want to know. And there is on the back of the rule book, which I think would have been a better player aid, is this. So it tells you exactly what each card does.
It's very, very simple.
Oh yeah, it's really simple. And that's kind of the catch, is it's really simple. So for more experienced hobbyist gamers, you could get really bored of this pretty quick. I don't recommend this really at 2 players. I think it's I think you could play like we just played. It was like okay. It was
fine. It was
fine. It wasn't.
Nothing
really
was like broken or
nothing was broken. It was interesting. I won, and I mean, cool. Like it's like we played a game.
I like the general ideology behind it. It's supposed to be a set collection game, right? Where, like we said, you either collect 9 different animals stamps or 5 of the same. And so it's like this stamp collecting theme. I really like that theme. And I think that the theme is well enough implemented into the mechanics of the game. It's really, really simple. Like we said, you draw a card, you play a card, you do whatever the card you played does. And that's it. That's your entire turn. And you play until one player wins. Each of the animals does a different thing. So when you play a card to your album, you might force another player to exchange hands with you, or maybe you might get to trade a card from your stamp collection with one in your hand, or something like that. So each of the animal types gives you a different ability that you can do, and you're kind of trying to manipulate like the cards that you have available to you, and get the stamps that you need to win. I thought that like we said, there's nothing really wrong with it.
It's just very simple. It's one of those simple games. 20 minutes, okay, yeah, it really does take 20, well, not really. If you get to hang of the rules real quick, which we did. I'm not saying like we're all like, woo, we're like,
no, they're super easy rules.
They're just super easy rules, which is appreciated. Like you appreciate a game that like that sometimes, but then when it's too simple, you're like, you go, I go, you go, I go, oh, I win, okay. It's not like, even if like when I won, I was like, okay, I won. It wasn't like a game where it was so taxing and then you finally like got the win out and you're like, victory, like fulfilled. And but in this game, it's just kind of like back and forth. And but again, I recommend this for people that want to get other family members into game nights when they come over for, say, the holidays, or if you want to play with a younger kid. When we actually got this at a Black Friday sale. So we went there, and this was one of our buy one, get one free games, and Sarah saw it, and she's like, oh, I want to try this. I'm like, okay. And we actually ran to somebody and talked to them for just a second, and they said, well, I'm trying to find some games for my kid because I want my kid to kind of like get into a game, and I really don't want to have to do like animal on animal. It's a nice hobby game, and it's a nice game to get for children to kind of get them in little by little. And I would recommend this one because this is one where easily you've got animals. Kids love animals sometimes if they're not traumatized by an animal. But I mean, it's cute artwork, iconography, and the rules and explaining everything is really simple. So I mean, you could easily get someone that isn't a heavy gamer, is younger or is a lot older, and you don't want to throw so much of that individual, or even people that just aren't gamers and maybe you
or
just
are
want to sit
casual
down.
gamers.
Or casual gaming. If you're really one of those people that just like to get casual games, you don't really have the you don't really want a competitive game. You don't want a cooperative. You just want, hey, I just want to come play a game, and I don't want to have a brain burner. I want to be able to sit down, have a drink, or something like that. This is one of those games that you could definitely play. And WizKid did a great job in the production. I was irritated at first. I was like, what's all this grimy stuff? And I'm like, it's nothing.
It's actually just like the art style.
Yeah, it's just the art style of the game, but it kind of annoyed me. I was just like, everything's grimy, and I'm like, or everything's like, it gridded a little bit.
It didn't bother me at all, though. I wasn't bothered.
I mean, it was just me.
I actually think the presentation is pretty cute. Each of the different animals you can see, they have like a different shaped stamp related to them. So it's like, as if we were collecting these as stamps. And I'm not a stamp collector, but I've always enjoyed seeing the different stamps that the U.S. Postal Service comes out with.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And getting fun ones to be able to sort of make the mail fun and entertaining. So I like different stamps. I like fun stamps. Seeing stamps from other countries. We've done some like promo exchanges with people, or we've bought a few things from overseas, and seeing the stamps that come from other countries has always been really cool and interesting to me. So I like the theme in general.
The theme is nice. It's not like, any usual themes, any like overdone themes. It's got
I mean, for this is essentially a set collection card game, so really that's been nice. That's been pretty overdone, so for them to be able to find a fresh approach, that's pretty great, and I think they've done that definitely with this theme implementation. But I was just kind of like Nick said, it was just kind of like, okay, well, we did that. And to me, there are so many good games out there where I don't have a lot of time or patience for ones. It's like, okay, well, we did that. I want to have
like, we played Truffle Shuffle a while back, and it was just kind of like, I was excited because I was like, ooh, this has got a Seven Wonders duel feel to it. And then we did it, and we're like, well, we were just going through the motions of like, I'll pick this card. Oh, you can get that card. Okay, I'll get that card. And to us, it was like, meh, it was all right. And, but we didn't end up hanging on to it. And, but that's an easy way to kind of get, there's a lot of games that are coming out that are easily like, hey, come and get this game, and you can start attracting people that normally don't play games or, don't usually sit down for a game. These are some games coming out that are like, kind of like, okay, hey, come play a game with me. It's only 20 minutes long. You won't even feel it. And then all of a sudden, hey, who knows? They might say, oh, well, what's that bigger game? Or what's this game? Or what's that game? This is a game to kind of strike up some interest. Or just, like Sarah said, casual. Play with someone and just be like, you're not trying to convert them into hundreds of board games that you can get and get the best experience of your life. Do that. But at the same time, they just want to play a game and just want to hang out with you. And this is a great game for that. So this is our vlog discussion of Stampede by Wizkids. 20 years, it says on the side, so Wizkids has been around for over 20 years. The first time I've interacted with Wizkids is HeroClix, and it was a lot of fun, and I'm pretty sure HeroClix is still around. I played way back in the day when you had Mage Knight, when Mage Knight was the thing before HeroClix, and I really enjoyed that. And that was a lot of fun. But now I am the board games. But yeah, that's my little history with WizKids. I wonder if you have any kind of cool WizKids 20 years, maybe you were there in the first year. It's like, who's Wizkids? This is their first year out. But yeah, I was, I think 9 when they came out. Young boy. But yeah, well, until next time, we'll talk to you guys later. Toodles!